Welcome to the Raising the Boy podcast. I am your host, Joan Salmon, and today we are talking about are men, boys, becoming more feminine. There are conversations around what do you bring to the table. We never had such conversations from our fathers. Our fathers knew that they were supposed to protect and provide for the family. But today, the man is seemingly putting forward certain conversations that we don't understand. The funny thing is, even the Gen Z girls are saying today's man is more feminine than the father that I know. On the set, I have a very knowledgeable gentleman, and he is going to tell us how he's doing it and what is happening. His name is Mr. Henry Chivirige. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to be here.
Good to see you. Good to have you. I am very honored that you would make time to come here today.
Yeah.
So just help us understand. Because some people say we mistake masculinity for beating and for all that. But we're also seeing men, apart from those who have a lot more progesterone, so they have maybe female features, like a more protruding breast and all that. But there are some whose character is feminine. Please let us on into that.
Thank you so much. Whether the character is feminine or masculinity, environment, background, grooming contributes a lot. Today, almost in every community, church, workplaces, mosque, everywhere you go, you see many more single mothers raising children on their own. The number is increasing every day. And many of these mothers are raising children alone. They're not just unmarried mothers, but the fathers do not have access to these children. Either by choice, that the father has made a choice not to have access, or the mother made that decision that once I separated from you, you will not have access to the children. And to me, that is a very unfair decision, because this child is a victim
of something
they're not part of. They didn't choose.
Yes.
You chose their father. They didn't tell you choose that man.
Very true.
You went ahead and you felt this is the man. And then after having this child, you now want to say this is not the man. And you want again to tell this child, this child relationship with that man is not romantic or sexual. It is biological. It is blood. It has got nothing to do with how good he was, or how romantic, or how providing and protecting. It is the child didn't choose. So you can't, after having this child, make a decision whether this child should have access to the father or not. Having said that, surely we can't turn around and say, oh, our boys are feminine. Boys have been raised in female-headed households. The only behavior they have seen is the behavior of a female. Crying, being more emotional, paying attention to details which really don't, to us men, don't make sense. But to the women, they make a whole lot of sense. So you start seeing a man who's supposed to get certain things, paying attention to them. You're seeing men painting their nails, starting to put on necklaces, starting to put on earrings, painting their lips. Today we are seeing men who have shining lips, and we're like, okay, what is happening? They go to the salon. You see more men in the salon than in the offices, than in the boardroom, So, but this is not just happening.
It's been.
This thing has. I don't know whether women are aware that they are doing this systematically. They could be saying it is just happening. It's not happening. Someone is doing it. Either that person is doing it consciously or unconsciously.
Yes. Because the woman might think that I am saving my son from the bad father figure that his father is.
And that bad father figure is out of your emotional choosing. And the reason why that man is bad, just because he didn't marry.
Because another person says he is a good man.
Because another person is saying, and whenever I meet unmarried ladies who have children, when you ask them, is the father of this child married? Yes.
That means someone found good in him.
Someone is enjoying him. You are calling him a devil, you are calling him all these things. Someone is saying, that's my husband. And there's a child who's saying, that's my father. I'm waiting him to come to school to visit me. He's going to take me out on my birthday.
And he's telling the whole class how my father is the man.
He is the man. He is the best dad in the whole world. And then that same man, there is another child who's saying, I don't have a dad.
He walked out.
He walked out. He left us. And you sit there and saying he left us. No, that man didn't leave us. He left only one person, your mother. And I wish women, I don't know who can tell them this, that we don't leave the entire family. We leave you, whom I met when we were just the two of us. It is you I'm walking away from. It is your behavior, your tantrums, your drama that I'm walking away from. I am glued to my children for life. And again, men love children differently. Even in homes where the fathers are, they don't express the same love the way mothers do.
Yes.
When the child falls down, the father can simply say, get up. The mother will come running, oh, my child is dying. Whoa. But doesn't mean the child is dying.
Yes.
And doesn't mean the father loves less.
Exactly.
For us, that's how we raise our son.
Because you need to show him
To
that you
show
need
them,
to
you get up. A man falls down but gets up.
I mean, you can't protect if you're first going to cry, woy, woy.
No. Get up. You buy him a bike and he falls down. Get up.
You nurse the wounds.
You nurse the wound. God, stop crying. And children know. And they love it. But now, the overriding feminine voice now, even in our homes, the voice of a woman is now so loud. Is now so loud that a wise man who wants peace, who wants to sleep, who wants after dinner services to go on well, will simply keep quiet and say it is okay.
Even when it's not.
Even when it is not.
And even when the children are clearly seeing it is not.
It is not.
And then he's painting, and then after that, his voice will just disappear.
Will disappear. But again, children who want to hear that voice will look for it. Will look for it. You know, children are very mature. We mistake their age for immaturity.
Yeah.
But they know. So there's a way they behave when dad is at home.
Mm-hmm.
There's a way they behave when mom is at home. There's a way they make mommy feel. There's a way they make daddy feel.
Yeah.
And when they are there, both of them, now they know mom is going to make a lot of noise. So they look at daddy, and daddy's like, I'm not in this drama. And they know daddy will have a different opinion if mommy is not around. Kids know.
Yeah.
When you go to their schools, they tell those stories. Daddy, they know. And when mommy calls, they know, okay, mommy wants to hear that I have bathed, I have showered, I have brushed my teeth, I have laid my bed. They will tell mommy what she wants to hear. Because they are like, I'm not. Even children know mommy has a lot of drama, has a lot of noise. So they tell the mommy what they want to hear. The challenge is when it is only mommy in their home, when it is only mommy providing.
Yeah.
And I have seen women who think that what daddy provides is not of quality, is not of high standard. My child cannot put on such shoes. So the shoes that daddy buys are thrown away. And mommy's shoes and dresses are the best. And if that is the thing, you don't stand around and start asking why this man cannot provide in their home.
He just lets go.
He already knows that women can do that. They do that better. But surprisingly, if that man finds a woman out there who is willing to say, you are my provider, you will see that man providing in that place.
Heaven and earth will move for that home.
For that home. That man will even pick from this woman who wants to be the dominant in their home and take to the collapsing woman out there. We say, oh, no, I don't want to do it. Somebody help me.
In short, the man wants to be in a place where he's needed.
Where he is needed, where his voice is heard,
Yes.
even when it doesn't make sense.
Yes. Like
A wise woman will go on a goose chase with a man, even when they have lost track. And he will come and say, no, my mind will figure it out. And this man, after driving 100 miles and getting, and he's like, okay, now how do we get back? And he gets back. And when they get back on track, he will still feel his. There's no point where he will feel, I was a fool when I lost track. I was still the man.
Okay.
I was still the head. I was still the king.
So now that we are having this man whose voice has been shut down, the boy is seeing that.
The
And
boy is seeing
eventually
that.
The man will also walk away.
Exactly.
And then, apart from the bitterness that this boy will have, the fact that his father is out of the picture, he's just going to align with the environment that he's in.
And the behavior you see in the boys today, in the men today who are raised by women, is anger and pain.
Yes.
That is now coming out in the behavior. And I've always asked women who come to me, oh, my husband behaved like this. I will ask him, okay, tell me about his background. 95% will tell you, you know, he was raised by his mother, you know, his mommy's boy. And I'm like, okay, now, wow. And again, that same woman also is clinging on the boy, chasing away the man,
and telling him,
and
don't be like yo.
Don't be like, and then he is also now going to produce another bitter mommy's boy, who can't even decide which hospital to go to when the wife wants to is ready for delivering a child. He's still calling mommy now what? Mommy.
So if he stays in a marriage, it will be mommy first has to work.
Mommy has to first, yes.
And then before we do it, and then that's another bitter house.
Another bitter house, and it goes on and on and on and on and on until someone will say, "This is stopping on me. If I suffer it, I'm not going to allow it to happen." When you see women who have stayed in their marriages, doesn't mean those men are great. No. It doesn't mean those men are doing everything right. No. This woman has realized or has made a decision. I am not going to be a single mom. I'm not going to raise children alone. We are going to do it together.
Because it's not easy. Because in our first episode, we talked to a single mother, and she's like, yes, I'm a single mother, but I want to tell women to stop glorifying single motherhood because it's hard.
And many of those women, they just fear to tell the world the truth. They fear their fellow women. So they all come up and they want to show that, oh, I'm doing it.
What a man can do,
a woman can do better. But inside of them, just like these single career women, in the day when they are walking around, they look okay. Life is good. Wow, I go. In the night alone, they are crying, they are lonely, they are depressed. They are hunting. They are hunting on other people's husbands in the night.
Yeah.
They are breaking homes. But I don't need a man. A man for what? I can buy my car. God, when He was creating a man and a woman, He knew these cars we are driving today. They are not an accident to go. I didn't know women would drive cars. No, He knew. These jobs you are having and the titles you are getting, it's not a shock to go, oh, I didn't know that women will one day become MDs and CEOs. He knew. But He still created them male and female. And He gave women futures that are different from men. He gave them enzymes and whatever that will evoke different feelings which will desire a man. And it doesn't come by coincidence. It's not a mistake. It's not a weakness. I think we need to start telling people to know that if a woman desires a man, it is not a weakness.
No, it's not.
When a man desires a woman, it is not a weakness. In the same way, children desiring their mother and father at the same time, it is not a weakness.
The completeness.
That is how God designed it. And because we didn't design ourselves, we can't turn around when we are now on earth to start saying, no, 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 no. We are going to change the way things are done here.
We're going
No.
to switch off a bit of
We are going to switch off a few things and then we will create our own. we have seen this. We have seen this that don't work.
Yes.
And when we come to Uganda here, where people are just coming up to see women getting wealth and money, they think, oh, our beautiful. There are countries where that has been there for 50 years. And they have seen the danger of absentee fathers, what it does to the children. Yeah. When you check the criminal record in USA, in Europe, and other countries, it will the statistics are on the wall. Yeah. That all these criminals we see, one thing is in common: they don't have fathers.
They don't have a man who is guiding them, who is telling them, who is telling the girl, you don't have to sell yourself short, who is telling
all a girl child needs to hear is a father telling her, you are beautiful, I love you. Whether that father is a drunkard, whether that father doesn't have a job, as long as, and this is what I tell women, if you know this man is not good enough, don't allow his seed inside of you. You have a choice there. Yes. And good enough, we are in a world where now women have a right to choose. Not like in the days where they'll just bring your husband. Now that is your husband. Everybody will say, I didn't choose. Today, there is no man who can say, I didn't have a chance to choose my husband. You choose. So don't choose after children have come.
Charlotte, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Namaimba Charlotte. Okay. I'm a counseling psychologist. I am very passionate about young children, young adults, adolescents, and then children, just little children. And I work with them, not just about fashion. I work with them, and it's interesting to be working in this kind of generation right now. There are lots of things that we are exploring just right there.
Okay.
Yes.
So on this topic of boys / men becoming more feminine, there are very many facets to it, but I want to zero down on what does their childhood environment do to their becoming more feminine.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much, Joanne. So first of all, the society and the people, and a very normal person, or a person who does not maybe have more knowledge about all this, will the different aspects that they will see, and then mention that someone a boy is becoming more feminine. You referred to the 8 years backwards. Boys used to be, or men, it was characterized with being aggressive, being loud, being disorganized, being like a man, strength. And those boys in this current society, things are sort of evolving, things are changing.
Yes, they are.
There is more of, maybe someone is more organized, and then maybe a boy is soft spoken, and we've seen a few who actually will even represent themselves like the female. So there is that change, not with all the people that we see, but maybe at least we have seen this. It's not like it's news. So there is that, current changes that we are very observant of. So from childhood, let's say 12 to 18 months, a child can tell that I have maybe someone, maybe a parent or a mother, very present. They are developing that attachment.
Yeah.
That money is present, also dad is present. You would, even if you're very critical with some children, maybe they will be very attached to their fathers for the girls, and then maybe the boys will be attached to their mothers in different stages of childhood.
Yeah.
However, I want to emphasize the point that the child knows I have people with those months, 12 to 18 months of age. They already know that my dad is present, they're forming attachments and bonds. So unlike back then, there are some things that are growing to change. There's some things that are changing in our society. For example, you bear me witness that there is changes in, or there is high increase in single households.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Single households, to mean that these ones are headed by females. Maybe it's just money.
Yes, it's
who is
just
present.
money.
And it's because of unknown circumstances that maybe if we dig deep, we would know that how she ended up like that, or raising these boys. And there is a lot of so let's also talk about the boy who has been raised with a lot of sisters. There is a boy who has been raised with a lot of sisters. Then there is a mother. Maybe he's the only boy there. There is also fathers, maybe. So on that point of a boy being raised with sisters, men would, I think you've heard this somewhere, men would try their level best in case they have like about 4 girls or 5 girls, would try their level best to get a boy.
Yes, yes, yes. Where you see the ladies giving birth, like 8 kids, and they're all girls, but they're like, the end goal is we need a boy.
So sometimes also that one is something that is affecting the man deep down, and hence maybe trying to being more involved in work. Maybe he's coping with, I don't have a girl, and we're not saying that's completely the cause, but there is a pattern in how things are. So being absent, you find that this one boy, I just got this boy as a miracle. Because I'm used to being with girls, I'm not so present at home.
Like the old habits that you formed are not necessarily going to change.
Yes.
Just because you have a boy.
Yes.
Just like that. It takes intention that you will say, no, I need to go back home and be with my son and groom him. But if you're already frustrated, by the time this boy comes, the old habits will die hard.
Yes. And hence that will lead into, and also some men will be maybe trying somewhere else to get a boy.
And maybe the older boys the other side, so they have learned to spend more time the other side.
And hence voiding this one who is the little one who is with her sisters, so who is raising or who is influencing that boy's environment, mainly female figures.
Yeah.
There is also lots of exposure because boys. There is one that is coming up. It's just of recent. Boys mention that they want to get attention because the girl child gets a lot of attention. So if I behave like this, I'm also going to get attention.
Oh yeah. So it reminds me that someone said for a child, even bad attention is okay.
So they mentioned that, and that spoke volumes to me, because maybe we are really concentrating on the girls. So, and hence a lot of, I would do this. The internet has lots of things. Maybe someone is just jumping on this challenge. Maybe another boy is just dressed up in a certain way that is almost close to a girl. So, and hence being different factors that contribute to boys being more feminine from childhood, from parents being, especially the male figures being less present in their lives.
Yes.
In back then, boys would go and hunt
Yeah.
their fathers. So it would sort of, draw or come into their mind that maybe this is what I'm meant to do. Whatever they told them, but they knew that a boy is supposed to shaping them for the future. That I am in charge of my home. When my home doesn't have this and this and this, I should be outside
Looking for it.
Yes.
Okay. So you summarize for us the causes, and there are very many. What can we do? Because we cannot have boys who are not living up to their roles. They're not providing for their families. They are absent because they have also learnt it from their absentee fathers.
Yes.
And we cannot have men or boys who are thinking that I would rather do something weird just to get attention. How can we nip this thing in the bud?
First of all, even before we switch to the solutions, it's already affecting them.
Yes.
Those boys face a lot of bullying.
Exactly.
From school.
Yes.
Even from their peers. Boys, you're just identified that you behave like that. You're more expressive like a woman. You're already ignored, or you're already, you're singled out.
Even when this person has a valid point to put across, they will not listen to him because he's already labeled too expressive, like a woman, does not know how to handle their emotions, and that is not a good thing.
Yes.
So
going to the solutions, one, being present, parents. So usually the moms are really present because my child, and maybe the fathers are also busy looking for what should, maybe meeting the costs of the child, being intentionally present. Just hanging out with this child, or just them hearing the voice of daddy.
Yes.
Or just witnessing you going to the village and you're doing these things in their presence. They're not really involved, but they are watching you. Says a lot. You and I bear witness of having dad and mom present, how it contributes to someone's well-being. A
Makes
child.
a whole lot of difference.
Yes, a child. So a boy would easily be having, he would easily have someone to look out for, or to look up to, really. So, and then involving this child into having male role models.
Yes.
Teachers, even someone, I just want maybe an uncle, a mentor, but a male person at school, maybe where you're not present really, but for them to know that, this is how really a man
should behave.
Yes.
Or should be. And it's like you said, it's not about being aggressive, it's not about being loud, but it's about stepping into your place.
Yes.
And owning your place as a man, and not thinking that no, someone could maybe take up the roles that I'm supposed to do. Okay.
Then also raising children, not just being a muscular person, but responsibility.
Yes.
Someone, your child, at some point, my mother used to tell me, this is what a woman should do, this is what a woman should do. When I was growing up, out of curiosity as a child, I asked her, Mommy, what does a man do? I just asked her.
Yes. So, because you're telling me everything.
Yes.
So where do you tell me that this is not for you, this is for the men?
Yes. So I was raised up to be a woman. So intentionally raising them to be responsible men. And since we have looked at the causes, it is more of what the environment is. The environment sort of shapes the child.
Yes.
So having them raised in that kind of environment that they look out for, that I want to be like this kind of person, other than just I'm looking, okay, so I don't know, and hence identity crisis. I don't know what exactly I'm going to be. So when I'm intentionally raising children that are going to be responsible as men, they would eventually know this is the direction that I'm taking, but they're not confused. Actually, that confusion is the one that brings a lot into the LGBTQ, because I don't know exactly where I am. When you define who you are, no one is going to tell you who you are. They don't just come, even if they try to tell you you are more or less like a woman, you are very organized. No one will confuse you because you know who you are. Yes. And you know you have a standard that you've raised. Lastly, when I was going through university, there are some things that I used to draw back to because of the beliefs that I was raised in. I was shocked about some things. I'm like, okay. But so it goes back to that kind of environment that you've provided for your child.
Okay.
Looking, and hence being more responsible parents. I know they are doing lots of work, but being very present and intentional, and knowing when parents were saying that when we give them the things that they need, they misuse them. Knowing when to set the line of, okay, I'm giving you this, but this is a limit to this. So it's not just it's called enabling. So, and then the child manipulates you. They learn that when you don't give that, they will just get a way of,
throw a tantrum, and then I'll get more, and I don't have to be responsible for it.
So you being firm and knowing this is where the limit, I'm going to give you this, but you will enable, just helping them make choices and knowing their consequences, because it is a lot, they're exposed to a lot of things.
Yes.
And limiting also the exposure. Guide, maybe if you're guiding them, if they are watching TV up to this time, or which program, or even if they have phones, are they aware of who they are? So they are doing lots of good work, but being more present and intentional parents.
So I was talking to a counselor, and they hinted on a few things such as identity crisis and the inability to show up, and also the fact that this is the bedrock of gender-based violence because the man is not grounded in who he is. Therefore, when something happens, he's violent rather than learning how to deal with his emotions.
There are slogans I hear today. Gender-based violence. It is just dress it so well.
Okay.
But gender-based violence is simply saying men beating women, not also women beating men.
Which is on the rise right now.
Which is there also. So when they say gender-based violence, they're just trying to camouflage it to be able to be accepted that, oh, this is addressing genders. No. It is another way of protecting women, but leaving men unprotected. And today we see many of the men walking away out of their homes. Women have practically chased them away. Or the man wakes up and sees, if I stay here, I might slap this woman, and we end up in the wrong place.
Yeah.
To keep peace, to keep my name, sometimes they walk out with the trouser and shirt they are in, and they go. And all they want is to lie whether on the floor, on the mat, or on any other bed, and they have a comfortable sleep. To walk into a room and they know that a man has walked in. Not this lunatic, this lesbian, whatever name the woman had decided to call this man. And let me tell you, we cannot have honor for women like how they want it so much when we can't honor the man.
Yes.
A man who's not honored by a woman cannot honor a woman.
Because respect is to a man while love is to a woman.
Exactly.
So if you don't give the respect as
if
a woman,
you don't give the respect to the man,
it's not going to be
and the respect of a man is not because, no. If he's a man, just respect him. whether he's your cook, your toilet cleaner, your driver, if he's a man, including your son. And I've seen so many mothers trying to disrespect their sons because, yeah, no. Boys, even to their mother, they will try. You see a boy trying to show the mother, look here.
I'm a man.
I'm a man. Talk to me like a man. And once that mother silences that boy that matches to a man, I am not going. So the man in that boy dies.
And then several years later, you're like, I don't know what happened to him. He used to
speak,
but now he doesn't.
There's a woman one time who called me in the night. Oh, my boy, and no longer wants to talk to me. He has locked himself in the bedroom. And I said, can I tell this woman the truth?
Maybe you should have.
You know, and sometimes even as counselors or consultants, you look at a woman and sometimes I ask them, do you want them to tell you what you want to hear or what you need to hear? I need to first be sure. Okay. Even when I'm invited on talk shows on TV and whatnot, I first be sure, do you really want to hear the truth or you want me to go with the flow? Because there's what we can say that can earn you likes and views. Yeah. So if you want likes and views, we will say it. Oh, women, yeah. And they like your view, and they like your video, and it goes viral, and they're like, okay, I'm done. One of the reasons why I have come on this too, many people have, so many TV stations have invited me. But when we talked about man, I said, okay, let me go. I even asked myself when I was going, these guys want to. I said, okay, let me get there and see. Because at the end of the day, our grandchildren will judge us when we are long gone. Why didn't our fathers speak up? Why didn't no man raise this voice? Like right now, it is obvious a child is only a girl.
Yes.
Because everywhere you go, girl child. Girl child. Girl child. And I'm asking these women, do you only give birth to girls? How about the boys you have in your homes?
So, even to those that only give birth to girls, are you girls going to marry them?
Are they going to marry themselves? And now girls come back to their mothers and say, we don't see men. Recently, we were in a Christian camp recently. And there's a question which we paused. And then I was walking around the group, seeing what they are saying. And there was this girl I found telling the group members, me, all the boys I have dated, it is obvious they can't make good fathers and they can't make good husbands. And I said, okay. And I said, I want to hear more. So I picked her and I gave her the microphone to speak. And now girls are crying.
Yes.
They can't see men. But when you look in the room, there are men there. And they said, oh, there's no man here. But you see men with beards, with muscles or whatnot. But when this girl comes to him, he is not a man. He can't even raise his voice. I do weddings all the time. I wed people. But from the time of the wedding, planning the wedding, it is the woman who calls you, hey, pastor, we are getting married. And like, where is the man? And everything, it is run by a woman. From reception hall to what, to cake, to dressing, to what will be there, the program, what will happen, what will not happen. And like the woman is marrying herself. And women are so happy when they are in charge. A wise woman will be worried
when the man takes the back seat.
When the man takes the back seat. A wise woman will say,
where are we going?
How come he's not saying what he wants? But a foolish woman would even decide the color of socks he will wear, the boxer, the tie, the sword, what time he will arrive, which town he will go to cut his hair, what haircut to... And she will be happy she has controlled everything. A wise woman will be worried when the husband is quiet. Actually, the woman who call me, why is my husband not talking? And she's worried when the man keeps quiet. What have I done wrong? Otherwise, a man has to come home and make some demands. and say, why is this chair here? Why is this room so? I'm stepping on even when the room is clean. When a lion is in the forest, it roars even when it roars for no reason. It roars to make its presence known. Hey, I am around. Whatever I'm doing, no, this forest has a king, and I'm around. Whatever you are, I am around. Now, if your lion is only yawning, and you are happy, you have a yawning lion, not a roaring lion, then something has gone wrong.
Okay, so this conversation, we can have it like forever because there are very many things that we need to put back in line. God help us to get our society back. But what would you tell your son to help him get back in line? And what would you tell that woman who does not know how to let the boy be a boy, how to look for the right support system?
One of the things, it's not only telling. What I've realized, children don't listen to what we say. They see what we do, and they follow what we do. So I make sure there are certain things my sons see me do, even when I don't like doing it. But because I know they are watching, I do it, and I want them to see. I want them to see me honoring their mother, even in her absence. I want them to see me doing that. I want them to see me taking them to school, taking care of the details as a father. But in the school, where all my children have been, they have never asked for their mother. They have never called their mother, we have an issue. It is me they call. When it is time to pick them from school, they don't call their mother. They know daddy has to come and pick us. I do that on purpose. So I've trained my boys to honor their sister. And I've always trained my girl to honor him, even if he's younger than you. Talk to him with respect. Don't just use any words which come to your mind. Be selective of what word to say. There are times when she says things and my son is so hard. And she's surprised. And I say, as a man, that's a very bad word to use. You cannot use that word on a man. And I've also trained my son, there are words you can't use on a woman. Even when it is here, that is a word never to say to a woman. That's your sister. Protect her. You can't use that word against her.
In short, conversations need to happen in the head before.
Exactly. In the head before. You can't say everyone is saying, no.
Yeah, not everyone.
Not everyone. Others can do it, but not. And I've always told my son, other boys can abuse your sister, but you can't.
But even then, when you hear them, you cannot.
Because you might not be, and let me tell you, there are things you can't stop.
Yes.
There are people you can't stop, but you can stop yourself. And discipline starts with you. You can't tell everyone, oh, you respect me. I might not tell everyone to respect me. They might not, everyone might not respect me. But me as me, I must respect myself. I must put value to my time, to my words, to what I do. I must have in my mind at the end of the day that every decision I make has consequences. There's someone after me, looking up to me. And when you are a father in a home, you start seeing your sons doing things the way you do them. When you just brush walking around the house, you see them also brushing walking around the house. When you move topless, they will also move topless. Not that, but that is doing it, and because that is doing it is right. It is great. It is you are great when you're doing things like that.
Yeah.
You understand? Because I put on suits, I find all my sons that buy me a suit. Because that is putting on a suit when it's going to church, when it's going to office. He puts on the suit. He puts on the tie. All my sons love ties and suits. So there are things our sons must see us do. And I want to speak to mothers also. There are things, whatever you don't want your child to do, your daughter to do, don't do it. Don't abuse her father in her presence. Don't give her room to abuse a man. And that you will start setting a precedence. They have to see you not doing it.
Yeah.
And you can't tell them don't do it when they see you doing it. They have to hear you tell them, what has daddy said? Do what daddy has said. They have to hear you saying, I am waiting for what daddy said is going to do about this. That is taking too long. Yeah, but you know he's your daddy, so we have to wait. Man, we are late. Yeah, but daddy hasn't yet come. Because they say, the man is slow. Yeah, but he's now your man. Because you can't have a slow man and a fast man at the same time, and a providing man and a protecting man. You can't have it all together. So you must know the one I have is slow. He is my husband. He is slow. You can't have the one who is slow.
That's the one who is fast.
Plus the one who is fast. Plus the one who is outspoken, he's always on TV and you love him for that. Plus the sportsman and the caring and the culture that no. You can't have it all. The same way I always tell men, you can't have the breast, the thighs, the bums, the voice, the what, the hair. You have to choose the one I got doesn't have a bum. But she's my wife. She's the mother of my children. You can't have Jackie and Brenda and Agnes and Rose and Harriet and whatnot and Alice just because they all of them have small things which you like, and then you have it all together. When you choose to marry, there are things you're going not to have.
You have this package. Thank God for that package.
That's the package you have.
Yes. So, like I said, this conversation, I think we'll have part B of this conversation. So you have had it. Mothers and fathers, we have a role to play in nurturing our boy and making sure that he is a man. Not the one who beats, because that's not being a man, but the one who is grounded in who he is and the one who loves himself, understands himself, but also the fact that you are the role model. What he sees you do, what he hears you say is exactly what he will keep. Until next time, it is the Raising the Boy podcast with John Salmon. Cheers.